brought me sprinkle cookies.
The what, no fucking TV now? Hey!
Maybe she's from Jersey.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Maybe She's from Jersey. We're your hosts, Jackie Neese.
And Alex Curtis.
So we have some special guests with us today that we're very excited about. Not only are these our friends, but they're our sorority sisters. So do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name's Tamar.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel.
So me and Rachel are roommates right now in Hoboken, New Jersey. So
Lucky us.
Lucky us. And wait, you forgot our third roommate who looks like she's trying to run away right now. Ellie.
This is my dog, Allie.
Ellie White. We have two dogs in the room with us today, so we're really trying to make it work.
We're doing our best to calm them down.
Yeah. Also, we normally advertise for different local coffee shops near us in New Jersey. So today we have a very yummy treat from Bway Coffee. That's BW. I think it's like E apostrophe. Oh, she's got it right there on the camera. Really good coffee. I got a vanilla cold brew black. What'd you get, Tamar?
I'm pretty sure this is an iced caramel latte.
That looks so Pinterest worthy.
Oh my God, dude, it's so good.
Is it?
Oh, it's so good.
It looks beautiful.
Rachel, what'd you get?
I got a chai tea latte because I don't like coffee.
Grow up.
What'd you get?
What do you get me?
A vanilla cold brew. No ice and no sugar in the vanilla pump, right?
Yeah, sugar free. You know, we love chemicals but hate sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
True that.
Okay, so today, wait, also, what the fuck are these? Who put these here?
So they were a little nervous, so we're going to get to the nitty gritty of some very hot topics. So I said, let's just take a shot, okay? So everyone will loosen up. All right, cheers. Don't be a bitch. Okay. Everyone feel good?
Fantastic.
Hydrated?
I feel very hydrated.
Okay.
So being me, I made a document. So we're going to talk about Montclair as the school, as the town, as a vibe. We're going to talk about it. All right. So that's where we went to school.
Yeah. Montclair State University. What did you guys major in?
I majored in family services, which
Nice.
was not that fun, but
I majored in psychology.
Damn.
What did you do again?
I don't remember. No, I talk about it on every episode. I was in the musical theater program at Montclair State University. I had a great experience. Very tough program, but learned a lot. Loved it. And what did you do?
I think I studied like fish or something.
Ew.
I was a biology major, but I had a minor in American Sign Language. Ask me anything. I don't know, but it's whatever.
Love
Okay.
that.
So, question number 1. Why did you choose this school? All right, Little, go first.
Okay, I'll make this really brief. I didn't even want to fucking go to college. I was on the show American Idol my senior year of high school, and I thought that was it. I thought I was just gonna
She was
fly.
like, I made it.
I was like, I made it. It's complete opposite of what was going on. But I didn't want to go to college. I really didn't. And my mom was like, you're gonna go to college. She was like, give me a year. She was like, pick whatever school, whatever. I auditioned for 6 schools, which isn't a lot if you're going for musical theater. People will normally audition for like 17. But I actually didn't want to go to Montclair because it was so close to home. I was like, if I'm going to go to college, I want to go somewhere. My mom walked me around that campus maybe 6 times. And every time I loved it. And then I was just like, okay, this is a fit. Like, I loved the program. I loved the campus. Like, everything was just such a fit. My mom was like, I knew it. I knew you were going to go to school. And I was like, I hate it when you're right. Tamara, what about you?
So I chose Montclair because my sister went there. And
Shout out to Judy.
Shout out Judy. My sister went there, and I was just, let me follow in big sister's footsteps, you know?
All right, enough said.
I chose Montclair. I don't know why I chose Montclair. I honestly walked around the campus and I loved the dorms.
Yeah.
True.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they show you
and
Machuga?
Machuga and Denali was
Yeah.
the first thing I saw on campus.
Okay, that makes
and
sense.
I was like, compared to all the other schools, little dorms, I don't want to live there. So
Those things are fucking hotel rooms.
They look
Yeah.
like jail
And
cells
then-
at other schools.
They
and then
are
I went in the
beautiful.
gym and I was like, I could see New York City from the
Yeah.
treadmill.
Yeah.
Now I want to go here. I
Yeah.
didn't give a shit about the school. I cared about what it looked like.
Yeah.
Fair.
So
You were
I
going to be
enjoyed
there
it,
for
and I
4
went
years.
back.
You need a vibe.
Of
And
course.
aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, it was aesthetically pleasing, and I wanted to live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Montclair's got like this Spanish villa type of style of
Yeah.
buildings, and you just feel like you're in Europe.
Most of those kids drive home after school. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Big commuter school. I think my year that I entered, there were like 28,000 students, but 15 of them went home.
Yeah.
So,
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Big commuter school.
so
Yeah.
why I went, it was the only school that I could get into.
No.
No, I got into a bunch of other schools, but this was the only one that was in state that I liked. Rutgers, fuck you.
Literally fuck Rutgers.
I tried to get in there, not only for undergrad, but grad school, both denied. You know what? Fuck you. So I would have been such a strong spirit at that school, but, you know,
A
Montclair.
strong night.
Yeah. So, you know what?
Literally.
You thrived at Montclair.
I thrived.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely peaked in high school, but, like,
No.
Montclair was like a tiny bump.
Oh, I peaked
So-
at Montclair.
I didn't,
So, yeah.
I didn't even have my like great moment yet.
That's good.
I'm waiting.
That's good.
just
It's
sitting there twiddling my
downhill
thumbs.
after.
I actually I
Hard.
climbed the mountain. I missed the peak. I tripped and fell, and now I'm just
Now
rolling
she's
down the other side of the
rolling.
mountain. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened with me. So
graceful.
yeah.
All right. Question 2. Okay, so when you guys were going through like your tour or your mom's tour or whatever, what did you think were the school's like strengths before you entered and after you like left?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. I was definitely like amused by the campus itself, like the buildings and stuff like that. And I literally almost call them hotel rooms. Like the dorm rooms there were like a make or break for me because I do not do well in like super small spaces. And I was really
Yeah.
nervous about like dorming in general. And when I saw those, I remember the first floor had high ceilings. And I was like, Mom, write it down that I have anxiety. I need to be in these dorm buildings. Like I have to be on the first floor. And I got it. And I lived on the first floor of Denalo for my first 2 years. And those high ceilings make or break for me,
Is
to
that
be
where you
honest.
started?
Yeah, I
be.
agree.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah, but I think I loved the buildings and things like that. But some of it is a little bit of a scam because the building on the outside looks beautiful, and then you walk inside and you're like, this has not been updated.
Oh, yeah.
And the floor's going this way, and I'm like,
It's a hazard
yeah.
everywhere.
They have been redoing a lot of the buildings, though. I have to say, like,
Yeah, we
I haven't
left
even.
and they got rich.
I know. College Hall right now is like unreal.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's
Because
not
they
a
were doing
nursing
college
school.
hall
Yeah.
when I was there.
The nursing school too.
made a
Even
nursing school now.
even the dance studios. My first year at Montclair in the dance studios, and I think it's connected with the communications building. Stunning. Like those studios and the equipment they have for the communications and like media and everything is out of this world. It looks like it's like on NBC, like or like
Wow.
it's that those studios are so incredible, and I'm so grateful that I was there while those were made because
Right.
it was beautiful. So I have to say, leaving and going, I felt that way about that. Tamar, what about you?
The strengths of Montclair, I have to agree with Jackie. Definitely the dorm buildings. Also, kind of the professors. I really loved my professors at Montclair, and I knew that they had a really good teaching program, and that's originally what I wanted to do, but
God bless.
not anymore, queens. Not anymore.
The strengths, agreed, are the newer dorms. Just all their facilities. Honestly, they were building so much when I got there.
Yeah.
And now, like going back, I went back with Jackie a couple weeks ago, and I was like, this looks like a whole new place. There's so many more buildings, and
Yeah.
everything is just so much more modern. There are some buildings that are just
Why were you guys there?
shouldn't be there.
Why were we there? Did you
Music
came
video.
you came with me to film the music video.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, never been in that
Not yet.
building, so that was kind of cool.
Okay. The food. I thought the food looked really good from the outside. Like they had the student center and it had a sushi area, it had a taco area.
But then you got there.
But then I got there and it was shit.
Yeah.
Even the Dunkin' Donuts, which is a chain. First of all, everyone that works at Montclair, I think they're like ex-cons.
No, they literally are
Yeah.
ex-cons.
And they're the meanest people. The meanest people. We were literally at Dunkin' for Big Little Reveal, and my little goes, I want a coffee with a shot of syrup, right? And
Like
it's
black. Like I drink black coffee.
And it's bright white.
Yeah, like milk.
She's like, I actually got blah blah blah, and they're like, bless you, and they're like, no, this is it. The syrup turns it a different color. She's like, really? Because the 9,000 times I've been to Dunkin', that's never happened. She's like, and they were like, no, like so rude. They've always, and I was like, wow, nothing's changed.
Yeah, but it was funny too because it goes back. I think Eric D'Alessandro talks about this in one of his like skits. It was like,
oh my god,
how the customer's always wrong or something.
yeah.
And I did that. I was like, so sorry. Like I knew I ordered it. I always order. I never drink milk. Like I don't put it in coffee. Like, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like maybe that was my mistake. I should have been more clear. And they were like, yeah, you should have. And I was like, oh
yeah.
Rude.
okay.
Oh my god, Dunkin' alone sucks, let alone the people at Montclair and Blanton Hall. Don't go.
Wait, now they have Jersey Mikes in Blanton. What
Oh,
the
wow.
fuck?
the
Why
hell?
didn't they have that when we were there?
We had
What did we have?
Witch.
Witch?
Which
Which
What is that?
Wait, but it was something else before Witch.
I don't
I don't remember.
I don't
They have a
know.
Chili's as well, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool, but we found many non-edible objects in our food.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
Wait, can I say what? Oh my God, my sophomore year of college, I fucking ordered a salad from Chili's and I opened it and I was like, what is this shiny thing? And I was like trying to get it with my fork. It was a piece of metal, like a chunk of metal.
Did you get
No big
your,
deal.
flex back?
So my mom was like, you need to get something in writing that this happened that day. Like, God forbid, like there was something with like, what's that called? Tetanus?
Tetanus.
Like my mom was like, God forbid you got sick. Like that's really bad.
Well,
And,
tetanus happens when you're like punctured with a dirty
What if I
object.
fucking, yeah, well, I could put that in my mouth. Thought it was a cucumber. I don't know.
Okay.
And literally I went there. I was like, hey, can I have this in writing that this happened today? And they were like, no, but here's $30 to Chili's. And I was like, why would I go back?
You were like, I don't want
Yeah.
to come back.
It's crazy.
Anyway, post Montclair, I think what's strong about their program is we're so close to the city that we have full access of being a public school. So it's not super expensive to go there, but you get almost 90% of the perks of being at a private school because of our connections to New York. So like whether it's science and the research opportunities or like musical theater, which is all the way on the other side, you're right next to New York. So you have like big time people coming in to produce, be dancers, whatever. And just the opportunities up there, everyone's a little wealthier. How would you say, because every major's different, how big your classes were on average? Go ahead.
My classes for the musical theater program, on average, were like 17 people a class. I think my class was the biggest and we were somewhere around like 26, 27. Like, and people.
No, I meant like your physical classes.
Oh, like no fucking clue. I don't know.
Okay.
Like the year of.
No, like my lecture halls were 120 people on
Yeah,
average.
Oh,
Same.
like actual classes.
because I'm a science major, so the
Okay.
lectures were bigger versus like my higher up classes, like my American Sign Language 5 was like 7 people.
Well, yeah, so that goes into my program as well, as we all had class together. So mine was the biggest. We had about 26 people, so they split us in half. So we had about like 8 to 10 people like going back in each class. And that's another thing I really liked about Montclair too, was because if you go to a musical theater program like Boston Conservatory, I mean, you have hundreds of people in your class
Right.
and you don't get the individual time with your professors that you need. Like I was up in class every day.
And you
singing,
knew your
acting.
professors.
Yeah, you
like
had
their
very
first
close
names.
relationships with them. Yeah. Like I would stay after and like talk with my teachers about things. Like also I think my field, it does become a little personal because you are pulling on personal strings for acting and dancing and things like that. But that's one thing I did love about the theater program at Montclair is it was top 5 in the country, like a great
Yeah.
program. And I got individual time to like really work on my craft, which was awesome.
Tamar?
I would agree with like the lecture halls, probably close to like 120. But in like my family services classes, my core classes, maybe close to 25 people, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't like,
Is that good or
Too
bad
small.
for you?
I mean, I appreciated it because I like smaller classes when I learn, but
I like bigger ones because I'm picked on by the teachers.
Okay, that's true.
Because like I'm so like open and friendly, and I'm like, "What's up, Bruce?" And he'll be like, "Curtis, what's this?" I'm like, "Can't you call on somebody else?" The fuck? I'm playing my game.
Oh God.
That's true. That's true. I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
What about you, Rach?
I would say all my psychology classes, for the most part, besides like the higher level ones, were probably over 100 people.
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
I took a psychology. I think that's a prereq for like everybody to take
Well,
at least
the
psychology 101.
Yeah, but like even like my forensic psych class, which was one of my favorite classes, that was over 100 people. Like
Yeah.
I was in the biggest
Wow.
lecture hall in university.
Okay. I already answered this question because I jumped in. But there were, towards the end of senior year, like I literally was playing Candy Crush in this class once.
Same.
And this professor was like a big wig like in science, like super smart. Everyone respected him. And we were cool. And he literally was like, Curtis, are you paying attention? And I was like, yeah, the answer is whatever. Like I knew what the fuck I was doing, but I was playing my game. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm playing Candy Crush. He goes, are you winning? I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm like really into it. I'm not trying to be rude. He was like, all right, carry on. I'm like, I was getting an A. I literally had a 98 in the class. Like
that's
if I had a
amazing.
72, he'd probably be like, get your shit together. But I was like, I'm like, come on, why are you gonna pick on me? Like I'm so good in this
Yeah.
class. You don't need
Yeah.
to test me.
Right.
What do you guys think it's like to be a first year student at Montclair?
I got a
Oh,
lot to
go
talk about
ahead,
this
Tamar.
one.
Take it away, Tamar.
Being a first year student, especially if you're a commuter, if you're not getting involved, there's no point in you to go to Montclair State.
Yeah.
It's just point blank. Like
It's
if
true.
you're not in a club, if you're not in a frat or sorority, if you're not a part of like a sports team, there's literally no reason, because if you're a commuter, you're so bored. You go to class, you leave, you don't meet new people. It's really hard. So I knew when I was coming to Montclair, I had to do something. And luckily, because my sister was in DFIE, I was like,
Was
no
your sister a commuter?
brainer. No, my sister dormed there.
Okay.
And I dormed there first.
Yeah.
But then I was like, nope. I
Yeah.
do not want to waste my money because I live 15 minutes away.
As nice as the dorms are, we were all just raving about them. They're more than half your tuition.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You're definitely getting what you pay for.
Yeah.
Literally.
no complaints though.
Yeah.
Being honest.
Except, let's just throw it back to real freshman year. Like you were, unless you got lucky or some got lucky, if you had an anxiety disorder, you weren't placed in Denalo or Machuga. You were literally placed in Bowen Hall or
I'm so
Blanton.
sorry.
Which is literally jail.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So Bowen Hall, there's rumors like they're knocking it down because it's sliding
falling
off a
down the
hill.
Literally.
Yeah. It's literally this giant building. It looks like it was built in the 40s and it smells like it was built in the 40s. And there's
no
literally
air.
rooms in the basement for people. Like they got desperate.
Yeah.
So they're disgusting. No heat, no air, like wild.
No
Yeah.
windows.
Yeah. Like it's jail. But people say that when they were freshmen, like it's a rite of passage. You bond with everybody there.
Right.
Listen, I bonded with everybody in Denalo and I
Yeah.
still have friends from that.
It's
So
because
you're
of the
doing it wrong.
bathrooms in the hall there.
Yeah.
They didn't have bathrooms in their rooms like we did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you don't have your own. That is just, no one should have to go through that. No one
Yeah.
should have to share a public bathroom on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
I can't do
Agreed.
communal bathrooms. That is
Yeah.
not it for me.
We're not a Target. Like, let's
Right.
relax. So, yeah, that's one freshman's aspect. That was not our experience, right?
Mhm.
No one lived there.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys do that?
Oh,
No.
that's my
Okay,
favorite
No, but
place.
I
So
know
Wild
it is.
Bowl, you would walk about half a mile from Denalo to Six Brothers Diner. It was sketchy, a long walk, usually freezing. You'd wait in the parking lot for a even sketchier van to pull up and sex traffic you all the way to Wild's Bowl. And it's this bar in Patterson, New Jersey. And it's this like Western style bar and no longer there. RIP. And they knew who their clientele was. Everybody was underage. There was not anyone over like 20 in there. It was all freshman people and sophomores. They had DJs. They had this sidebar and a dance floor. They had bouncers for our protection. And a lot went down there. A lot went down. I almost punched someone there once.
We love that.
Yeah. So that was crazy. I went out like 4 to 5 times a week.
Oh,
My
yeah.
classes were super easy. And I didn't drink. Probably once. I just wasn't a drinker. I was just there for the fun. I know I'm weird. And then other than that, I'm not talking sorority. I'm talking strictly Montclair. Like there were frat parties that I would go to, but I hated them.
I absolutely hated frat
When you weren't
Yeah.
in an org, going to a frat party was weird.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird.
Because it was just all the sororities and like the guys knew them more personally, so you were just always an outsider. So I hated frat parties. I liked the sports party, so I was really close with the baseball team, and so was Rachel. And my best friend's on the baseball team, and that was like my crowd. So
Yeah.
you ever see that meme where it's like freshmen are in like these cute hot outfits, and then seniors are like in PJs with
Yeah.
a box of cookies or something? That was me. I'd come straight from the gym to a baseball party with my McDonald's, obviously, and I would just sit and hang. And then there's like girls dressed to the nines, and like that was the parties that I liked.
Let me also bounce off you on that, talking about freshman experiences. And I agree with you, Tamar. Like, if you're not in an org or a club or something, it is so hard to meet people, and it's also hard to figure out like what's going on the weekends. Like,
Literally.
it's silent. Like, if you're not in an org and like you're not
You
in
need to
group
be in
chats,
the
like,
know.
yeah, you have to be in the know. And so, funny story about this actually with the baseball house. I told Josh about this when we saw him last week. And Josh, if you're listening, what's up? You're gonna be on the podcast whether you like it or not. So when I was a freshman, my roommate was a cheerleader, and my best friend from high school growing up, our moms were best friends. He was on the football team. So we kind of got like a little group together, and that was nice, but I feel like we lucked out because if that wasn't a thing, that wouldn't have been. So word of mouth was how we went out that semester, and someone told us that the baseball house was having a party, and me and my freshman friends were like, oh my god, great, we got all ready, we pre-gamed, we were having such a great time, we got pretty drunk, and we took an Uber, we went to the baseball house. We get there, nothing's going on. Nothing.
I love that.
And we're like, hold on, are we at the wrong place? So we're looking in the basement to see if there's like a silent party going on. We have no idea. We're like, did we miss it? What, did the cops come? Like, did it not happen yet? Like, we were freshmen, no idea. So we were like, oh my god, you guys, like, someone fucking lied to us. Like, they're not having a party. So it's freezing, okay? It's like December or something, November, freezing out. So we ring their doorbell, and we're like half naked, you know, in our crop tops and whatever. And these guys open the door, they're just like drinking beer, watching the game, and they're like, can we help you guys? And we were like, we're so sorry, like, we thought you guys were having a party, like, we're gonna call Ubers, can we just step inside because we're freezing, and then we're out of your hair or whatever. Like, they're like, yeah, come on in or whatever.
So
and then
nice.
so while I think one of the girls was calling an Uber and one was using the bathroom, so like we started playing Pong with them for a little while and whatever. They were all drinking too, like, or whatever, and they were like, do you guys just want to come and hang out? We're like, yeah. So we just literally invited ourselves to the baseball house that one night. That's how I met Josh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how I met Josh, and it was honestly, it was so fun.
I love
but
that.
if like, it's just like someone could literally be like, oh yeah, go check out this house, and be like, great, and like nothing's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that was the sucky part of my first half of freshman year, because you just didn't know what you were gonna get.
Can I just say too, Ubers were not a thing when we were freshmen.
No, no.
You took a taxi.
You took black and white taxi. We took. That's what you took. And
They never spoke English.
no, and if they didn't have a taxi, you had to find another taxi service.
Yes,
And
I've
if-
called 3.
Yeah.
Wild.
There was yellow cab, black and white
Black
taxi.
and white, and like a generic one,
Yeah.
literally like taxi.
But then we made friends with one of the taxi drivers.
Yep.
And he stopped working for the taxi company and only took the kids that would call his cell phone personally.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
not
love
bad.
it.
That's
He does
fucking
that.
sketchy.
I
It
did that
was
too.
so sketchy. And in the midst of all that, this all happened freshman year. His car was about to crumble.
Yeah.
Like, a picture came up on my memories the other day. It was very scary. The inside of his door was like missing. Like you saw just the metal.
Oh,
Like, there was no door handle.
so
Like, you
scary.
couldn't get out one side.
yo.
So that was wild. But he drove us everywhere through till the time I was a senior.
Wow.
But
Oh my god, I remember this guy. We took him for your 21st birthday.
yeah,
to the
we
city.
won't name his name, but we love
laughing.
him and he loved us.
Thank
and
God he was a good person.
He
That
was-
could have been such a bad situation.
yeah.
And he
He's
would
just-
say like, "I'll pick you up afterwards."
Oh
too.
yeah, he said, "Let me know what time I'll wait."
"Yeah."
Yeah,
What a
he was
nice
the best.
man.
Yeah.
See,
Nice
we
man.
had creepy
We
Uber
were really
drivers.
good
He used
him,
to
though.
he used to send us Thanksgiving texts. And
Yeah.
literally, even after college for like first 2 years, he like didn't forget about us. He loved
That's
us.
so sweet.
Yeah,
Wow, you're really fucking lucky, because I feel like even like on Uber now, I see shit
I know.
online
yeah.
that's insane. And I'm like, how is that still happening? Like, you're literally
Yeah.
part of a service. Like,
Oh, you have no idea. The amount of Ubers that I took in college with my friends to go to bars, and the men were just so creepy that were taking us to the point where I was like, okay, do we like open up the door really quick and just like jump out on the highway and call something else? Because I'm not trying to die. I'm
Speaking
sorry.
of our taxi guy that we wholeheartedly loved freshman year, he there was this crazy U-turn like right by the school. I don't know. There was like 4 intersections that kind of would like, it was not safe ever to go through. Yeah. The taxi broke down in the middle.
No.
Where it's merging in like 3 different directions, and he totally broke down. There's 7 kids in the car.
Oh my God.
He's already overloaded with the amount of people in the car. And
illegal.
And the car broke down. So we're on our way. Everybody's drunk. We're trying to get to this party, and we're stuck in the middle of this intersection, and we can't go anywhere.
Oh my God.
And luckily, I mean, we had to. The cops, the amount of times the cops came when we were in that taxi because there was just so many issues with the car.
Wild.
It was so dangerous, not good. But overall, he was our man, and he would come anytime, any day. Literally, could be.
We love a man who does that.
We could literally call him a Tuesday at like 7 a.m. and be like, "I gotta get to class by 8," and he would come.
Oh, I love that.
That is a sweet man.
Yeah,
That's a very nice man.
He's a little creepy,
I don't know
but,
many
like,
people who would do
I
that,
don't
honestly.
know, me neither. I wouldn't even give someone the chance to figure that out.
Yeah.
Like if someone was like, "I'll wait for you," I'd be like, "Actually, don't, because I'm gonna call the cops. So if you show up here, you'll probably get arrested."
Never
And he's
see
like,
me again.
He's like, "But I'm a good person." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't fucking care."
Oh
It's
my
just
God.
how I roll.
All right, so freshman year was very fun. It was actually the most fun I've ever had, and
Me too.
Everyone's like, "Oh, that's because your freshman year." I'm like, "No, things were different.
No,
like the Ubers weren't a thing.
Yeah.
Social media was big, but it wasn't everyone's life."
Right.
Yeah, no, it was still like I actually restarted my Instagram freshman year, so like it was like a whole new life.
Yeah.
And,
you know,
and like we pledged.
it's crazy.
freshman
Like you
year.
look at
Right.
like I mean when people care about likes and things on
Right.
Instagram, like I'd go back and see like 20 likes. And
Yeah,
I was, like,
and
so
I would be
excited.
like,
and then we got into the sorority and it's like 400 likes
Right.
on every picture.
I was
I'm
like,
wow,
"Oh my God,
I'm
I'm famous."
popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like that right now with the girls that are in
Yeah,
the
it's
sorority. You go
insane.
on our sorority page,
Yeah.
and these girls are models.
Wait, they
They're-
all
okay?
look. Yeah.
They are all
stunning.
stunning models.
I'm like,
okay?
I can't wait to have a boy in 20 years and like set him up with a DeFi
Oh,
literally
God.
Alpha Eta.
But on top of them looking like models, they have their Instagram accounts and they get like 7,000 likes on
Yeah.
the Instagram accounts. I'm sorry, I get excited when I get 100. I literally am like, yes, I got 100.
Yeah.
I see them and I'm like, they look older than me.
No, literally
Oh.
the other day when they posted all the Big Little reveal, I was going down my feed and I thought that girl was famous.
It looked
she
like
looked
it should be
great.
on a
Yeah, it looked like
magazine.
it should
Yeah.
be. And I thought it was an ad. And then I was like, oh my God, these are sisters
Yeah.
who are like 4 years younger than me.
Mind you, our littles, like I was like, look how cute they are. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh my God,
I
I love
know.
them. I was like, everyone's just so stunning. But then like for instance, I know you're little, like I
Yeah.
know them and I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, outsider looking in, you're like, who the fuck are these
Yeah.
girls?
Yeah.
Where'd they come
Yeah.
from?
Literally.
I absolutely loved Montclair. Freshman year was a little rough, you know. Everyone has their ups and downs. But I lucked out. My roommate ended up being my roommate for 4 years. We met before college. So
Was Bridget?
Yes,
Okay.
Bridget. I was very, very lucky to have her as my roommate going in because like that awkward first week where you're like, so what do we do now? At least we had each other to hang out with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We,
True,
we
true.
watched a lot of Long Island Medium. You know, that's what we did. But it was really great that we had each other for that because we kind of would just like bounce off meeting new people and we
Right.
really created our clique, I guess, very, very early on. We used to call ourselves the Blonderage.
I love that.
That was our freshman year thing. Everyone knew who that was.
Love that.
Before I joined DeFi, you know, we made some friends with some of the fraternity guys, and we had gone to their house. This literally before I was in DeFi, so like nobody knew who I was. Like we were kind of just there, and the party had dwindled down, and it was like me and a couple of my friends and the frat guys that lived there. And it was an old house, like a really old house that had like one of the I don't know what you want to call it, like I call it a grate on the floor, like you know, like the air conditioning that had like the old fancy designs on the floor. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I stepped over it, thinking it was safe,
Oh God.
And I fell knee deep into the floor. Like my whole leg went into the floor, like all the way down to my knee. And
you were like, it's gone.
I'm 18 years old. This is a house full of like seniors at Montclair, absolutely beautiful men, and I'm in their floor. And I'm like hysterical because first off it hurt. Like,
did anybody see you?
Alex saw me. He
literally just walked and was like, "Oh my God, this girl."
No, he literally he looked at me. He was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "You're gonna help me?" Like I'm stuck. Like I couldn't get out. Like at all. Like my one leg was bent. Like I was kneeling on the floor, and the other leg was in the floor.
Oh my God.
Like literally couldn't get out. And he, instead of helping me get out, he runs to the kitchen and brings back an ice cold beer. And I was like, what the fuck is that for? And I'm mad because I'm like in pain and I'm still stuck in the floor. And he was like, I don't have ice. So he was trying to give me the beer to ice my leg, which appreciate you. That was amazing. But I didn't even know anybody yet. And I was in their floor.
Oh my God.
Before I
in
was
their
DeFi.
floor.
Did they fix the floor?
No, it
boys will
just says
lay a
Rachel
towel.
White.
Yeah.
No,
Rachel White's right leg
I
on.
actually think he moved the keg on top of
Oh,
it.
of course he did.
So
Good.
instead of fixing it, he
Good.
Oh my
So
God.
Yeah.
I wonder how long that stayed there until the floor
Still
was
there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
probably still there.
Still in the house.
They probably
Yeah.
put tape over it, let's be real.
Oh my God.
That's how we fixed everything in college. Tape.
Yeah.
Wild.
So being a first year was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It was
Experiences.
Okay, next question. How much time do you think students spend studying, like, per our majors? Me, every day. Every day.
Yeah, me too.
I wasn't that good of a student, so I didn't really spend that much time.
Like,
I
on
tried.
average.
I tried. I don't know.
I would agree
I think it
with that
depends.
statement. I
hated
did
my
not
life when I
study
was-
in college.
When it
Yeah.
came to school.
I
My-
didn't study in college.
My
No?
major was just so different that like the studying was more like memorizing lines
Right.
or doing scene study. Like
Yeah.
it just went into so many different layers of things, like
Yeah.
dance class, like working on choreography, perfecting the choreography. So like the studying was studying art. Like
I
it-
literally
Yeah.
became an actor because of you. You
Yeah.
were like, can you do this with me?
I
And
have a
was like,
video.
yes.
I have a video of you. We're stuck in a snowstorm, and I had to take Shakespeare for a semester. And if any of my professors are listening, which they're probably not, but if you are, what's up? My one professor knows I love Shakespeare, but for me to be an actor in Shakespeare is just so hard for me. I love the heartbeat of the language. I think it's beautiful. It took me a hot second to get there. And so I had my big practice lines with me. And we were stuck in a snowstorm, and I think we spent 12 hours on this scene. She got so into it. Her friend came in. She's like, listen, this is the story. She's like, so he fucked her over. And then like she was like pissed. And she's like, I have a video of her talking about the Shakespeare
To
scene.
Jess?
Oh my God. Funniest video ever. She was more into it than I was.
Because Jess was like, what are you guys? She wanted to play.
Yeah.
Like a child. She was like, what are we doing? It's a snowstorm. And I'm like, we're practicing a scene. And she's like, what is it? I'm like, so get this. This is what went down. And she was like, oh
She's
shit.
like, here's
really?
the tea in Shakespeare. I don't remember what.
Did you do well?
I don't even remember. Like but I do have to say, like our program, I would like be to the studio at like 10 p.m. at night, and there'd be people in the practicing rooms, like
Yeah.
practicing,
Yeah.
constant. But the thing is too, is like, I struggled with finding a balance in that because you're physically exhausted, you're mentally exhausted, you're emotionally exhausted, and you have to take care. This is your career right here, our
Yeah.
bodies. So my voice, if I was overly tired, I couldn't sing well the next day. So to what extent do I continue to practice and rest? Like that was something that I was like so confused about. And if I was resting, I was like, oh my God, maybe I should be practicing this more so it sounds better in class. But if I don't get this amount of sleep, my voice is going to be exhausted. Like it does go back to that like balance thing.
So how were you able to balance it out?
I just
She
like
didn't.
say a little prayer and then I show up. No, I'm
Say a
kidding.
little prayer for you.
It really depended on the class because sometimes I just had to show up to class. Like, I feel like in college though, I learned that class is the place to fail. Like I told you about this with the dance classes too. Like, fail in those classes. Like, don't fail on the stage. Fail in those classes. So I would show up to class and be like, honestly, I'm having a really hard time with this part of the scene. And the teacher was like, great, let's work on it. And I was like, oh. So I don't have to show up here perfect all the time.
I actually had a really, really great teachers in one of my psych classes. I struggled so much. Like this, obviously psychology has a lot of science to it. Science ain't my thing. So she literally used to take time like before our class, and she would compare stuff to like things I enjoyed. She was like, oh, like you were a cheerleader, right? We'll compare to that. And like she would take like moments in my life and I'm like, oh,
did it help?
That makes so much more sense.
Right.
Yeah, because I was like failing tests and stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't understand. Like I get it when you're talking to me about it, but like I cannot. Like my reading
Some people-
comprehension wasn't there.
Some people aren't good test takers.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm
terrible
definitely
test
one of
taker.
those that are not
Like
good at
talk to
testing.
me about it, I can go all day. But if
Yeah.
if I have to read it and actually respond,
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm not cooking.
Yeah.
So
honestly,
how often did you guys study a month?
I literally never studied. Sorry,
Good for
Montclair.
you.
No, I did. I don't know.
I feel like you were always stressed. I
I
remember,
was.
and I
I
was
tried.
always studying.
I really tried.
Always.
When
You were
people
always
were
studying.
out, I was reading a textbook.
Yeah.
Like Sarah,
Yeah.
my roommate, would literally be like, that's her memory of me. She's like, anytime we went out, you were in your room
It's
reading a
true.
textbook, and
Yeah.
we would come home drunk, and you were still reading your textbook and highlighting. And I'm like, yeah. And I was always in the library, so everyone would see me. They'd be like, hey, what the fuck's up? I'm like, well, I live here, so welcome home.
Yeah.
We appreciate the determination.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
Also,
I feel like
you would always invite me to the library with you.
yes.
Because that was like time we had to spend together as well.
Because I was always there.
Yeah,
We'd just
my
hang
attention
out.
span for a library, not the place for me. I was literally like, I could have done backflips off the wall. Like I can't even do a backflip, and I would have figured it out.
I think
in the
I
library.
stopped inviting you.
She was like, "Don't come anymore." Like,
I-
she was like, "I can't pay attention."
I
I'm like,
actually think joining DeFi forced me to study because
Yeah.
we did have to go
Oh,
to the
yeah.
library.
Did
Because
you
we
know?
did
Library
That's
hours.
not a
Library
thing
hours.
anymore.
So
What?
library hours are not a thing anymore, I don't think, because of COVID.
It's considered hazing.
No.
Are you
What?
kidding
Swear to
me?
God. Swear to God.
I'm not gonna
We
lie
enjoyed
though.
library hours.
I
We used to
love-
get in
I
trouble,
love
though.
library hours
But
too.
library hours helped you bond. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was your time to just
Yeah.
be with each other. No, like older sisters. Like you could fuck around. Yeah, you
Also,
could study.
I
But
feel like
it
too.
it was nice too though because like you actually start to meet people that
Right.
were in your major
I was
that
just
you
gonna
now
say
become
that.
friends with, so
Exactly.
it was easier to like study and try to
Network.
put things
Yeah.
together. And then you
Honestly,
eventually took classes together.
I
That's
would
cow
never
shit.
study in library hours, but like
Social.
it was a great way to like meet people and like talk to somebody that you may not have a connection with, but you really want to get to know. And that's what I strived to look for when I was new at Montclair. I wanted to make sure that I was making friends and finding people that were kind of on the same level as me,
Yeah.
or like we can like work on being friends.
Which
you
was
know?
rare for you.
We-
You were on another level.
Yeah.
We
I was
also
always on
used-
another level.
We also used to have those star sisters
Yes.
that would help you with school.
I didn't
used
have
to
that.
call-
I didn't have.
Oh my god,
either.
I had that. It was amazing. It was literally amazing. I used to call.
I was a star
I won't
sister.
say names, but I used to call her all the time. I'm like, I don't know how to finish this paper. Like, I
Was
need
it?
your help. I had Fira. She was amazing.
Oh,
Absolutely
Vera.
amazing. I literally used to call her like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, this is due in an hour. I need help. And
Would she
was
help
just-
you?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, I might have an old paper. Like, give me a sec.
On Montclair's campus and any campus, there's international, national, and local organizations. Local meaning they're, I don't know, how would you describe local?
They're only at our
At our
school.
school.
So they're a sorority or fraternity that you will only find at Montclair State.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were kind of cliquey and biased, and we only hung out with NPC, which is the National Panhellenic Conference.
I always thought it was commencement, but that's
So we do recruitment with them because when you pledge an organization that is a part of NPC, we're more involved with the campus rather than the locals kind of stay to themselves.
yeah. I would agree with you.
Like you said, if you weren't a part of something, why are you here?
No, literally, why are you going to Montclair?
Yeah.
Don't come.
Even if it's a sport, like 90% of my guy friends weren't in fraternities. They were a part of a sport.
Yeah, but our sports teams suck.
Yeah.
So if you're coming to Montclair for a sport, I'm so sorry.
You're going to
for
be
you.
disappointed. They were D3, except the women's basketball was D1.
Wow.
I feel
Yeah.
like
I didn't know that.
All the baseball boys got cut like
Yeah.
sophomore, junior
Wait, I think
year.
they have a really good cheer team too. They
Yes.
always
They
go to
do.
Daytona.
Yeah.
They're like really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also, the cheerleaders had like no life.
Yeah, no, they were. It's almost like that.
Like Friday nights, they were cheering till like
Right.
10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's so many girls now that are in DeFi that are cheerleaders.
True.
Right.
And I'm like, how
That's
are you?
interesting.
How are you
balancing.
balancing cheer
Right.
and balancing DeFi?
It's a lot.
Because I couldn't even balance school and DeFi, so I
Yeah.
can only imagine.
Would you guys say it was easy to get around on campus? Like if you were new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Really? I
my first day
disagree.
freshman year, I was like, what the
Uh,
fuck
Yeah.
does this mean?
Okay.
Because sometimes it was like this building and this, and it doesn't say on the building what the building
Yeah.
is.
the only buildings that were easy to find were like university,
Mhm.
and,
Right.
like, the student
And people would
center.
use that as a monument to give you direction.
Yeah.
What was your favorite class? I know that's like a really broad question.
Forensic psychology, because it was just so interesting. I honestly wasn't very good at the class, but I really enjoyed the professor because she loved what she was talking about. Like she was so into it, and that's how I started watching SVU, because she told me to watch an episode for my
Wow.
homework once, and I got addicted.
So I think my favorite class was this genetics class. I just thought it was really relevant. It was cool. I literally learned how we became us and how I could warp my future child. So
Nice.
Wow.
Solid.
Nice.
I know. Hit me up.
What about you, Tamar?
I think my favorite class was probably a family services class with the best professor in the whole entire world. Should I shout him out? I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
Mr. Bill Murata. I absolutely adore you. Lovely man. Signed my letter of recommendation. Just a good overall gem.
Nice. I don't know if I have a favorite class because I had fucking 12 a week.
Yeah.
And they were all pretty much like around the same thing. I loved like my individual classes, like my voice lesson with like that's like one-on-one with my teacher and my vocal coach. And then I love the dance classes. That just always felt good on a Friday. I love GDM, our choreographer teacher. So yeah.
Nice.
I think professors make or break. Like
Oh
the
yeah.
classes we're talking about, we probably loved the professors.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 I didn't love the class.
What,
Right.
what was
Who
that
taught it.
website that you looked for your professors on?
Rate my professor.
Oh,
I use that all the
yes.
time.
Me too.
That's how I found all my professors.
Swear to God, if
No.
they had a bad
After-
rating, I either wouldn't take the class or if I had to, I don't know, I would just be really overly prepared.
Oh, I would
So,
just cry.
I still use that now in my master's, and I know most of the professors, but I still use it.
Yeah. What would you guys say on the 4 years, 2 year, whatever, however long you were there, was like an average day for you? Like, walk us through an average day.
So I hated my fucking roommate. Absolutely fucking despised this bitch. And to the point where I moved my whole bed into another girl's room because I fucking hated her. She got naked in front of my boyfriend at the time. So yeah, we were about to throw down. So I would wake up in my old friend's room. I would go to class. Sometimes my boyfriend would sleep over. And then I would probably have a sorority event. It was kind of basic and boring.
You're laughing. Is this a good story?
It just like depends what what year in college it
Yeah,
was.
that too.
Like,
I don't know.
you know, freshman year, I probably like get home at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Really struggled to get to my 8 a.m. class. Managed to get there. We usually had an 8 a.m. class at least once a week. So I'd go to that, go straight to the gym after, come back, shower, take a nap, and then do my afternoon classes.
Take a nap.
And
Classic.
then get ready to go out again because
Yeah.
that's what we did almost
Rinse,
every day of the
recycle,
week.
repeat.
Yeah.
Since we already talked about Wild Bowl, like a Thursday, my freshman year, because every other year was boring. I'd go to class, I'd go to an event, I'd study, wake up, repeat. But freshman year, so Thursdays, no longer a thing, but we went to NJIT.
Oh, yeah.
And we would wait at the train station on campus, and super dangerous because the platform was small and people would be shoving and pushing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody got pushed onto the tracks.
Me too.
But for instance, I'd wake up. I always had 8 a.m. classes. So most people know this if you're in college, but when you're a freshman, you get the last pick of classes. So it's always the worst times, worst professors, worst courses. And science students just get fucked 24/7. Our classes are always at 8 a.m. We were always early, but we were done early. Like I never had a late class unless it was an elective. So wake up at 8 a.m., do my class, probably harass my little to meet me for lunch in the student center. We'd get sushi or something. I'd probably get sick from the sushi. And then there's always an event, whether it's for our org or for other orgs that we had to participate in. Do more classes, probably hit the gym, and then get ready to go out to NJIT. And I never blacked out, but everyone around me did.
You didn't even drink in college.
I really didn't.
I'd be like, have a drink. And you're like, no.
Yeah, I felt sick, and I still to this day don't I don't enjoy the feeling of being drunk. I like the feeling of being buzzed, but
Yeah,
that's a
me
fine
too.
line.
Yeah.
Like you're buzzed for like it takes one drink to not be buzzed.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning that. So I just choose not to do it. And like I'd rather eat my calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does
That's
her
why-
vodka waters.
That's why I drink vodka waters now, and it's really helped.
Vodka
Really?
waters.
Yeah.
I don't
It's-
think I could ever do
No,
that.
like it.
And you're less hungover.
Sounds
You're-
terrible.
So you're hydrating the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
and,
No, like it makes sense.
It's allowing my weight to not come back,
Right.
Yeah.
but I
Okay.
still drink on the weekends.
Yeah. All right. You do what you got to do.
Oh wait, I have to do my schedule.
I have pictures because every semester I'd be like, Little, can you send me your schedule? So I knew when not to text her or when she was busy and she was sincerely ignoring me for a reason. And I have them in my phone. I was looking through my Google Photos. Shit's wild.
Yeah. It's super boring too, so I'll try to just like brush on it, but literally
No, like name all of them. They're wild.
okay, I'm kind of mushing stuff together, but literally I would have class starting at I think it was either 8 a.m. or 8:30 a.m. I think it was 8:30 ballet class, Monday through Thursday. So it'd be 8:30 to 9:50 was my ballet class. Then it was like 10 to 11:30 was an acting class. 11:45 to 12:30 was another class. I think I had like 12 to 1 was like maybe a lunch break. Mind you, all these classes are on the other side of the campus. So in those 15 minutes, I'm like fucking running down the campus in a ballet suit. I'd be in a black leotard and pink tights with my hair up in a bun. I'm like running to my acting class. Once I figured that out. And then literally I have like lunch with you. And then it would literally be from like 2 to 5:30 still classes, like 2 to 3:30, or sometimes they were 2-hour classes. Like I wasn't not done with classes for till 5:30. So I literally went 8:30 in the morning to 5:30, not going back to my dorm room. Like it was constant classes. And then I'd have to pack food. Most of my backpack was actually food.
You were like
and
the
dance
Mary
shoes.
Poppins of snacks.
Yeah, like the whole bag was food. And then 6:30 to 10:30 was a rehearsal if you were in a musical. So it was all day. And then I get back at 10:30 and I do all of my homework for all of those classes and all of the classes the next day, which was still 8:30 to 5.
Yeah.
And the rehearsals.
So
And you had to
musical
memorize-
theater is not a bullshit major.
It's not. And it really is a conservatory. Like we still did have to take like English and those kinds of, classes, but literally that was my whole entire college experience.
You would be like doing all these classes, mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted, and you'd be like, oh, this is so hard. I have to write a 2-page paper. And I'm like, I have to write a 15-page research paper.
Oh my God, fuck it. It would be 10:30 and I'm like, I would rather fail this class than write this 3-page paper.
I've done
on
your
dumb
homework
shit.
many times.
Yeah, because that stuff, it was so irrelevant and such a waste of time. Like I'd
know.
rather be working on my scene study or my voice or practicing. Like there was just so much. And I was like, this is not how it's gonna happen.
What did you guys do when you weren't in class?
Doing really not good things that I probably would get in a lot of trouble for.
Oh my God.
Would you rob a bank?
Yeah. The fuck were you doing?
You know.
You know.
Honestly, I slept a lot.
Yeah.
I
You
slept
were
a
a
lot.
napper.
In college, because I had so much free time during the day, like if I wasn't at the gym, I was literally asleep till my next class.
Yeah.
Like, always was sleeping because we went out so much.
Yeah.
Like we literally didn't sleep at night.
Yeah. I feel like for me, it was either like seeing my big or like eating or me and my friend Jared spent every fucking second of college together. Everyone thought he was my boyfriend.
He was my second little.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, I have to agree. Like, once I got my little and all my other littles, I kind of was just with them
Yeah.
every
time.
second of every day, and I'm still kind of with them every second of every day
It's a
when I have
built-in.
free time.
Yeah.
Built-in best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
I was with my roommates
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
The Blantourage?
No, the Blantourage didn't end up being all my roommates.
Oh. I think it's
But-
funny because when I knew you guys, you were like older sisters of DeFi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I used to look up to you guys. I'm like, oh, like they rep DeFi. And then I know you guys and you're like, no, we're just cool.
No, but I felt that same way about literally all three of you sitting here.
So as a town, because Montclair is super cute, what did you guys have a favorite place like in town off campus?
Cuban Pete's.
True.
Just Jake's on a Friday night was
Okay.
iconic because there
Jake's
was
on a
always
Friday night
live
was
music.
Yeah.
And everyone was there.
Yeah,
it was so
Jake's is
fun.
fire. Just Jake's.
Okay. Just Jake's, yeah.
Yeah, I guess for a place to go out, Just Jake's would be it. If you're
Yeah.
thinking about like a restaurant.
Yeah, there's a lot of good food, good shopping.
There was a little sushi place. I can't remember the name of it, but it was right on Valley Road. But it was right across the street from Jackie's Grillette, which was also
Love Jackie's
the
Grillette.
best. Jackie's
Love it.
Grillette.
The town in general is so wealthy and
Yeah.
so cute
Yeah.
Yeah.
and quaint. And if you're ever just in the area, go eat there, go to a cafe, take
Right.
some cute, candid pictures. Yeah.
That downtown
Really
area though. And
Was
the
really
uptown
nice.
Montclair is actually really nice too.
Yeah.
Like where
Um,
Leone's is, like that.
Yeah,
area.
Oh, I
that
love
downtown area.
Leone's.
I lived on Park Street and I passed it on as a sorority house, but on that street, super wealthy houses. And the villain from Aquaman and also the dad from Insomnia, Insidious, lived on my street. So I would
Really?
see him jogging up and down the street and I'd be like, oh my God, hi. Like, as I did this.
Hey.
And he wouldn't look me in the eye.
Honestly,
Damn.
just driving through Montclair was the best. Like that. Like
Yeah.
even living on
Yeah.
Upper Mountain Ave and all of those houses was just
I
there was
know.
always something.
No,
to
they
look
were
at.
something that I aspired to live in. So.
Yeah.
True.
Or just meet one of their sons.
Oh yeah, sugar daddy material.
Okay, final question, guys. Would you say overall that you were happy you went to Montclair as like a gist of your experience?
Yeah, because
100%.
I wouldn't have met you guys. I wouldn't have met my littles. I wouldn't have met my friends, my future bridesmaids,
Right.
and just the people that I love to see. I am so happy that I made that choice going to Montclair.
It's
easily.
scary to think like what would have happened.
I know.
We wouldn't be here.
I know.
Yeah. I always wonder because Montclair wasn't my first choice.
Same.
What it would have been if I went elsewhere.
Right.
Because like I lucked out going to Montclair, having Bridget as my roommate. I've known Bridget
Right.
since I was 13 years old. So like my experience was very different than if I would have gone to a school where I knew no one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We have screenshots of text messages where I'm like, literally, I think God made me join a sorority so we could have met you. Because literally, like, I don't know the kind of like, not to sound cheesy, but I literally don't know the kind of person I would have been if like we never met, or like the people in my life. Like I have changed so much since my freshman year of college to
Yeah.
now. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
I
So-
agree with that.
You're smiling like I'm so proud. You're like I had something to do with that.
You were definitely not different in the sense of like a completely different person, but you're just more like I saw the potential that you could have had,
Yeah.
and now you're like there. Like I remember meeting you, and I was like, I can really help this girl, and I did.
And you did.
I was like, you, me, all right.
I remember being obsessed with Jackie just because she was on American Idol.
I remember,
I would tell my little Mike, go talk to her.
remember when we did a sorority episode, and when I was explaining, like, she was like, do you remember like me up there? And I'm like, not really. I just remember hearing American Idol. And we were
Yeah.
like, she's in.
Yeah.
I immediately, I think literally, that's how recruitment used to go.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, do you know this girl? American Idol. Oh, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
like it's
literally.
just so quick. They don't.
Yeah.
They remember one thing. That's it.
You know what's
Um,
crazy? I agree. Like when I first joined DeFi and Rachel was already graduated because Rachel's one of my bigs. She was already graduated, and I was
Lady.
like, you know what? If I never met Rachel, I don't know if I would be the same person because I go to you for absolutely
We literally
everything.
talk all the
Yeah.
time.
No,
Yeah.
we're the same person. It's sickening.
Yeah.
That's
No,
so
it's-
funny.
aside from DeFi, like Montclair exceeded my expectations. I
Yeah.
was, like you said, I was my first choice. You know, I was excited to be in college. Wasn't excited to be at Montclair, but my experience took a positive turn, and I love Montclair now. I mean, everyone hates their college to some extent, but
Right.
I have a deep respect for that school.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
For being the commuter school that it is,
Mhm.
I soaked up every second of
Same.
being
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So, for anyone looking to join a school, if Montclair is on your list or any college, no matter what the school, commuter, non-commuter, whatever, it is what you make of it. Join
Right.
something,
Yeah.
be a part of something, meet people, go to everything, stay on campus. Not
Yeah.
necessarily dorming, but like if you commute, stay all day.
Right.
Do what you can.
Yeah.
And
Make
on
new
that note,
friends.
I guess
Go Red Hawks.
I love
Go
that.
Red Hawks.
Love that. Also, don't forget to check out Buey Coffee, Hoboken, New Jersey. They have 2 locations, so definitely check them out. Beautiful coffee.
yeah.
It was actually really, really good. I need to finish this. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. If you were ever looking to go to Montclair State, went to Montclair State, or whatever, tell us in the comments if you think this is all wrong, if you agree, if you hate us, love us, whatever.
Yeah. Only leave a 5-star review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining us again, and we'll see you
On the next episode of Maybe She's from Jersey.
Who knows when that is?
Peace out.
Bye.